way. Takes a lot of balls out of the air. You'll always see him looking for that Ernie thread as well.
So here we go. Christian Alshon gets us started. Let's play pickleball.
Timeout. 0-0-1. Second serve.
How do you find that angle? My goodness, what a shot from Alshon.
0-0-2.
Eric using that length already, starting some offense out of the air.
It's got to match the power forwards in height and reach. Wow, off the hand, I think. Yeah,
I think he got the wrist.
He's pointing to it. So if you're new here, the rule is if it goes off the hand, play on. Anything on the forearm, then that's a dead ball.
Second serve.
Eric speeding it up, and it looked pretty.
It absolutely does. He's got great technique on all the shots. Always a fun one to watch.
0-1-2.
Just a little out of sync the whole way there. We've seen teams just return exclusively to Andre.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously Alshon can create a little bit more with the thirds, give Andre the freedom to go up and be aggressive on that fifth. So it's a little bit safer to try to find Andre instead. Safer, not safe.
Yeah.
Second serve.
Yeah, dinking to the forehand of Alshon. You're just begging him to speed it up.
Yeah, that's normally a no-go. Me and my partner, Todd played him in Fed a couple tournaments ago, and that was one thing we talked about. Trying to, if you're going to go there, it needs to be with either pace or spin, making sure that he's not on balance.
Good start here for Oncins and Frazier as they get the first two.
Point.
Crazy snag from Frazier in the middle. That's normally the left sider's responsibility, but Dylan said, I got fast enough hands to cover this whole thing.
And three to start. Can they add to it here? Oncins is everywhere. Oh, my. There's what in the world was the footwork on this? This cat is feeling it here. I want to see that again. Looked for a Burt and then ended up on the outside of his left shoe.
That's some fancy stuff right there. Good look from the cameraman there to get that.
Love the truck. Andre threads the needle, so ball back, but down 4 as Oncins and Frazier come out firing.
0-4-1. Point.
There's the risk.
Yeah, you can't go there if it's just going to be a push up the line. Not only does he have that speed up, he's an Ernie threat as well. Again, you got to make sure that you're doing something. We really want to have an intentional dink if you're going to go to that spot.
1-4-1. Second serve.
And describe what you mean by intentional dink, because I love that term, so everybody at home understands what you mean by that.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. An intentional dink is just making sure that you have a plan with it. You're not just putting a dink there just for the sake of making a ball. Instead, you're trying to do something, whether it be forcing them back to the spot, or maybe I've got a tricky spin. Just want to have some thought process behind that dink and not just fluff it up for them.
So they get one, but ball back pretty quickly as Frazier puts it back into play.
Very uncharacteristic miss from Andre there, Mr. Steady.
5-1-1.
And you're going to see Andre stay on the right here.
Yep.
Point.
Wow, and a uncharacteristic miss for both parts of team power forward. And look at this. Is a
time in. 6-1-1. Second serve. 6-1-2.
Can we talk about the drive from Oncins there? My goodness.
Yeah, it's really amazing how consistent he is with that flat of a ball. Really able to set Dylan up and finish that 1-2 combo.
7-1 now.
7-1-2. Side out.
Another good third. Wasn't able to capitalize for the boys in white.
1-7-1. Point.
Missed return. You don't want to welcome this team back to the dance.
2-7-1. Second serve.
2 paddles in the middle can be worse than 0 sometimes.
Sometimes it can.
2-7-2.
There's the Arnie threat.
Wow. Unbelievable. Both Frazier and Oncins in awkward spots, and they hung in there.
Yeah, just relying on instinct there, able to get themselves out of a big jam and get the ball back.
So again, only one. This is where you want to keep adding at least one at a time to keep your lead moving forward. Oh, huge swat there, goes off the tape. What a rally. And that is wide. And Oncins says, give me some more here. Look at me.
Absolutely crazy point. Did such a good job in the beginning of that rally, not trying to hit the perfect ball, stay alive, and look what they were able to do at the end.
8-2 after that brilliant rally.
Second serve.
Little miss dink from Frazier. See if they can keep their momentum going. Oh my, serve off the line. And there's that night. It's happening here as the underdog looks fantastic.
So he had the opposite there. Andre was the one that said, okay, let me start this.
Yes.
Let's see how it goes.
And that's why this team is dangerous. Certainly capable of a big rally if they get the shaking and the bacon going.
Second serve.
Somehow that stays in as both players let it go.
Yeah, Eric's fired up, pointing to Dill. Happy about that one. Wow.
That is in as well, and they get the ball right back.
I know this is an 8-team on paper, but it's not feeling like it to start, Dave. What do you think?
It's feeling like the 1 seed the way they're playing. Oh, no.
Just everything going the way of these two right now.
I mean, those are some big feet, and Andre is just going to take the classic towel timeout here.
Yeah.
Just regroup. And Alshon's going to go as well. This is the challenge risk here is they just used their free challenge as a timeout, so a technical warning would come. And we are at game point.
Second serve. Ten 2-2.
Wow, slip sliding away. Oh my. And full send at the chest.
Yeah, for those of you at home, probably not a shot we should be trying out on the rec courts,
No.
but here on the pro level, if you're going to say you're a pro, you got to be able to handle it.
Yes.
2-10-1. Point.
I mean, Eric is not getting cheated on these swings.
No,
here.
he's taking a full cut.
2-10-2. Hang on, I'll recall. Here we go. 3-10-1.
And even willing his returns he thinks wide are in. Oncins is on it here.
3-10-2.
Wow, and not a miss you expect from Andre when the score is like this, but that's indicative of why the score is there. Game point 3. Oh, I thought we were going to get to recreate the shot that he hit a couple weeks ago where the backspin came back over. Game point 4. Okay. That 11th point can be hard to get sometimes, Michael.
Yeah, just feels a little different for whatever reason, Dave.
Second serve.
Listen to this positive energy from Oncins.
Left, or recall. 3-10-2.
Wow. All right, let's see if the boys in white can close it out.
Point.
5th chance.
On that 11th point, one of the things my good buddy Kyle Kazuda always kind of talks about is going to what got you there, right? Play that point out how you got there.
Point game.
And Eric Oncins is fired up as that drive goes off the tape and well deep. And folks, we've got an upset brewing here in the triangle, as I like having another set of eyes out there to help. So I'm sure Andre feels the same way.
Yeah.
What's your thought there?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love having an extra set of eyes. I'm very down to learn something from anybody. I'm a big believer in you can learn something from everybody. Everybody sees the game a different way. So you got to take advantage of that if you've got to partner with a full-time coach on the side like Christian has.
Just SWAT team is in effect for Oncins. My goodness.
Yeah, and you can tell he's seeing that early. Probably a bigger take back than you would most teachers would like to give their students, but he's on it so early that it's going to work out for him.
I mean, I would say 3 times bigger than what most instructors would say, but he is so in a great place reading the play here. And that's in too. And Alshon with a look over at the bench about that ball. I mean, that ball is in 4 inches.
Yeah, definitely a great ball by Dylan. Crazy deception.
Second serve.
And that's why we want the shorter take back.
Yes.
Like that one.
1-0-2.
Waves the Cobra, rifles it at Frazier 2 in a row, and it's got the big positive energy. That's going to be needed.
1-1. Point.
And they're on the board.
There we go.
1-1-1.
I mean, Oncins is playing fantastic ball.
He's fired up off of every one of these exchanges that he's winning.
1-1-2. Point.
So there's no doubt that Alshon will scream back at an equal volume.
Oh,
so
2-1-2.
I am ready to watch this unfold.
Point.
Interesting dynamics is here. Of course, we know that Eric had a big upset a couple
3-1-2.
tournaments back
Yes.
and mixed against Alshon. Alshon's definitely winning that back. And to top it all off, they're also teammates in MLP along with me.
Point.
And the Texas Ranchers crime on crime here, and part of that big trade, Michael. We'll get into that here in a second. Wow, got there with the big frame, but look at this for Noe Cliff. And that impacts your life as you've got the Ranchers hat on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, obviously Noe Cliff, great player. I think Eric Oncins makes a lot of sense with us. Eric and I are good friends. I know Eric and Christian get to train a lot together out in Boca area. So we're excited to have the team together.
And what a 180. See if he can wreck a serve and a forehand and get him back in it. Great return. Another problem in the middle here.
Yeah, kind of the first they've had so far as a new partnership. It looks
1-6-2.
like they've been pretty steady so far. Communication's been good.
Oh my, okay, there it is. Looks like his dad out there, terrific player himself.
Absolutely.
2-6-2.
Oh my. Inside out, and he gets a tattoo. I'm standing by a guy that loves him a tattoo.
Yes, sir.
Maybe not that kind, though.
That's not my favorite. I like to make sure mine are in ink and don't have a big Vulcan on the top of it, you know.
Oh my.
Second serve.
Andre in terrific position there, but can't get it on the ground. Up to 86 degrees here, close to record highs here in North Carolina.
It's nice and humid out here. We got a sticky one, but sun is out. Got great pickleball to watch, and we're ready to go.
Point.
Frazier throws one in the net, and they're up to 7-2.
Christian and Andre bringing that fire that Lee talked about in the timeout.
All right, so they get one. Man, Oncins hasn't stopped pumping up Frazier in this entire match. I love it.
Point.
Yeah, so you'll notice, folks at home, even when Eric's getting all the way stretched out, he's making a conscious effort not to just bop that thing up the line and give Alshon a chance to rip it.
Second serve.
I mean, that was destroyed, but deep.
I'm not sure how much of his intent was to actually make that in the court on that last one.
Andre did not enjoy the little dance move that accompanied that ball on the stab staying in. Let's just stick with this. Watch this. Stay with it. There it is. Andre gave a look back at that. They're within 3.
4-7-2.
That's part of the advantage of the power forwards, right? Even a good ball is not necessarily going to get you in against these guys. They're able to reach and attack out of the air better than most.
Yeah, I drilled for like 20 minutes with Andre, and I can't even get a ball to bounce because he's so big.
Yeah, it's a tough spot, tough guy to drop against.
That was directed right at the dancer. Up to 8-4.
8-4-1. Point.
2 points from a game 3.
Yeah, this one's been a little ugly on both sides so far, but Alshon and Andre happy to be where they are.
Second serve.
Speaking of ugly.
Yeah. Cranks it off the green monster for a double.
You guys, pros do it too. You don't have to feel bad.
No. All right, do Oncins and Frazier have pushback right here?
This feels like a big possession, Dave.
Point.
All right, they grind one down, and this is where it's always interesting with teams that would kind of prefer Andre on the left, but they're scared of the driving crash. How long do you stick with it?
I think you got to see, how many points am I losing after maybe 2 or 3, you're going to look at it, but it's tough in pickleball. You don't got a lot of time to make adjustments.
Because there's just a
receiver,
tough send right into the paddle of Oncins, and he will welcome about 5 more of those and tap paddles. I doubt that's going to happen. And Lee Waters, please report to the player bench. Lee Waters, is she going to go, though? I don't think we're going to see positioning change. And they do it. Okay.
Gosh, that's something Andre's gotten so good at in the last year or two, covering up his body, sliding well. He's always been great on the wings, but now he's really shored up that body shot as well. And again, covering his body.
And just compact stroke, and they chose to have Andre switch, but not the younger Alshon. That was interesting, but timeout very fruitful there. 2 points from game 3. And we are at game point after that miss.
10-6-1.
And just a rope down the line from Big Andre, and we will play 3. What a way to walk off game 2. Team Power 4 on your car each morning that happens in this part of the country. So those with allergies, that's another thing teams have to deal with here if you're susceptible.
Yeah, Roscoe on singles day talked about it a little bit. He played great, loved the conditions, but it was a little tough for him to breathe, he said.
Good start getting the ball back. We'll switch ends at 6. Not a huge issue today as the wind is minimal. Oh, a sprayed return from Alshon. Listen to this guy.
1-0-1.
Wow.
Point.
Crazy exchange right there. Eric able to come out on top on that last one.
Yeah, because I thought Andre got out of it, but he did not.
Second serve.
Now we got Andre just screaming on the bank. He's fired up.
2-0-2.
Letting Eric know, hey, I'm here too, baby.
Yeah.
Point.
Keep it in the middle, and they have done a nice job of getting the ball out of the Alshon forehand range that you said, your team said, we are not doing you and Todd Fote.
Oh, no. It's still tough, though. Andre's able to reach and do so much out of the air. Eric's doing a really great job of just making sure that ball's hitting the green every time.
Wow, what a dig. And then pulls it across his body. What a shot from Andre.
Yeah, a couple of great speed ups in that exchange.
0-3-1. Point.
Dylan on the slide, but just not able to keep that last one in.
Yeah, you just run out of real estate over there. Great shot from Daescu.
Second serve.
A little too high on the drive from Alshon.
1-3-2. Point.
I think that last miss was a result of the pressure from Andre. Eric saw him creeping in out of the corner of his eyes and was able to make him think just enough to get that miss.
Point.
And just like that, they push back and match the 3 and are still going.
A hot start for both teams here.
Point.
And Frazier often will wreck that forehand over there and just laid it into the court.
I was about to say, I'd like to see Dylan be a little bit more aggressive on a lot of these. He's looking like he wants to, but kind of hesitating. A lot of times that indecision results in a missed ball.
What a recovery from Alshon after a tough shot to track down. Oh my. HTP, the dreaded one, hit the post, didn't go around it. Checked up a little. Andre thought it would travel farther than it did.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Oh my.
Second serve.
Tricky from Daescu there.
Yeah, I think Eric had an opportunity early in that rally, opted to reset it, and then they weren't able to come out on top.
just comes out of nowhere. And then Alshon pulled the trigger both times he got a ball over there.
Yeah, this is looking a little dangerous for the boys in white. It looks like Christian and Andre getting into a groove, starting to feel their strengths really fire up.
4-3-1.
4 in a row and looking to add to her and switch up 3.
Second serve.
We almost got Andre just walking through, hitting the perfect shot on that one, barely short.
A lot of beautiful parks here in North Carolina. Just take a stroll through one of them here on the way to the kitchen.
Absolutely. You get out to any of these parks?
I
play
did.
Some rec out here. They've been awesome.
4-3-2.
I played on center last night with some of the great people. Wow, Frazier again chose not to wreck a forehand.
Yeah, and I think, again, to their detriment, right? I think they're starting to get comfortable on the other side, initiating. If you can bring it to them, that always adds another element to it. Even if they have fast hands, if they're not the ones starting it, it looks a little different.
And they start it. It ends up in the net, and the power forwards. Andre Daescu playing fantastic with Christian Alshon, and they have found another level in this match and a lot of confidence. So can Oncins and Frazier push back again?
Time in. 6-3-2.
That's a clutch shot at that moment through the middle.
Crazy flick. Eric gets the paddle tip down so low, it's really hard to read where he's taking it.
3-6-1. Second serve.
But Oncins is stuck with the backside of the paddle and just pops it up.
3-6-2.
Just screaming like a caged lion at anyone that'll listen over there.
Absolutely.
Is Andre Daescu. Shuts down the middle on that one.
And a little bit less positive energy out of Eric in the last couple of points. I want to see him bring that back, help his team get up.
That's in. And that's not. Wow.
Point.
Alshon enjoyed that more than you would think.
Those always mean a little bit more at the end of the third, right?
Oh, no. So a missed overhead and then a pretty routine fourth ball. And this test 19-1 as a team, only losing to the Johns brothers.
8-3-1.
And this is on a 1, so here we go.
We're at 8.
Oh, wow.
Second serve.
The big full swat, and he actually got underspin on that.
That was crazy.
It stayed in.
And he gave us a big roar. I like that. Yeah. Positive energy. Here we go. One more, and they're back in it.
Oh, my. Great return. Tentative drop from Andre.
Got a feeling this Carolina crowd is ready for a little bit more pickleball. They won't mind that. Andre says sorry about that, guys. I think I'm going to send this home as soon as I can.
Yeah, Andre would like to play 4 more points. He's going to have to play more than that. That's a great try from Oncins.
4-2.
able to get back there. Let's see if he's thinking about the overhead. Wow, Andre's everywhere. Oh, this will be a heartbreaker if they don't win this rally. Finally finds the angle. What a rally, and Oncins is saying, are you not entertained?
There's the smile. He's feeling it. He wants this.
Timeout receivers, 5-8-2.
That's a smart timeout. There's the scream from Oncins. So, Michael, you were calling for some positivity, and your play has to be a part of that, and that's what we've seen here.
Yeah, Eric's done a great job turning this around. I feel like they've, you know.
Scratching back here. They've gotten 2. Can they get another? Oh, my. Bumper cars at the end of that, and elite athleticism actually worked against them here.
Yeah.
Because I think Oncins is on that.
I think so, too. He was on it. A little bit of miscommunication, but crazy dink from Andre to set up the even prettier finish from Alshon.
And just sends it. So he's gotten Dylan with the two-y and gets Eric at that moment with the center cut. And we are 2 points away. Relentless from Andre Daescu, and we are at match point.
10-5-1. Second serve. Match point.
And Eric saying one more. If we can get this one, let's do something here. Let's see what Andre and Alshon have to say about that.
The one more stop mentality. Match point number 2. Off the tape and wide after some very careful dinks, Michael.
Yeah, they did not want to leave anything up. Able to get out of that one. Let's see what they can do.
5-10-1.
So ball back. It's make it, take it here. Can they make a run?
Point.
Thank you, Eric, for clarifying that a ball 3 feet wide was indeed out.
Not just once, but twice. We got a couple of so good deals as well.
Back to the beginning of the match here. He hopes they can run it. What a dig from Oncins. And a scream from that man right there, and a nod of the head.
Andre says, I'll see your double out call. Look at what I can do.
Unbelievable from Oncins. No way! Slam your chest, young man. That is ridiculous how shallow that was.
That was crazy.
Come
How did
on.
that reset not end up being the best?
Not to mention the ladies, your starters, Etta Tuianatoa and Tina Pisnik. That's some kind of squad. Oh my, first lob of the day, and it's brilliant.
Match point.
What a time to pull that out. Yeah, sorry, beat you to the punch on that one day.
Right.
But that was crazy. High stakes, and he delivered.
10-7-1.
Third match point. Just catches the line on the return.
Match point.
Eric is looking at individual fans. He's looking at everybody. And can they save a fourth?
10-7-2.
And the answer is yes.
All right, more pickleball.
Sort of off the back foot there from Alshon, or from Daescu. Interesting.
Yeah, not a normal shot he misses.
Everywhere again, and they're within two, and he's giving himself tattoos. He's hitting his hand against his chest so hard.
Yeah, I think if you weren't an Eric Oncins fan before you came in, you might be when you're leaving today.
Ropes a forehand. And the pterodactyl flies across the court, but out of his wingspan.
You can see Alshon motioning to Andre. Let's calm down. Let's get this together here.
9-10-1.
And they've come all the way back. We're tied at 10.
We got some extra pickleball now.
Referee timeout and have the challenge of the opponent's last action for a possible fault. The result of the rally puts us at 10-10-1. We'll now proceed with video.
Doesn't quite
After
have the
review,
same
the result of the rally stands. There was no fault. Loss of a challenge results in a technical warning. No free challenges. One free challenge. We resume play at 10-10-1.
All right, and they still have the first serve.
Yes.
Here. It is Eric from there. Time in. 10-10-1.
Oh my goodness. Filth. And we are at match point the other way.
That was special, Dave. Held it just long enough, had Christian up in the air and said, let me just finesse this behind you.
Hang on. 11-10-1.
Oh my.
Second serve.
Just late.
That's where that take back may have hurt him a little bit.
Match point number 2.
11-10-2.
Oh my, a high third, a little tension in the next ball. 4 match points saved on one side, 2 on the other. What a backhand, what a handle. Unbelievable ball from Oncins.
That's crazy to keep it that low and that shallow.
Just Oncins just screaming at Dylan, me and you.
Absolutely, this is epic. Awesome to see Dylan fired up as well.
Oh my, just cleared the net. And a missed dink from Alshon. The ball comes back. Match point number 3.
11-10-1.
And they've done it. They've come all the way back, saved 4 match points against. Oncins is out of his mind. Team power forward. You're kicked out of the tournament, baby. It's Oncins and Frazier. 12-10 in the third. What a match.